YouTube fam, how y'all doing? TM Nation, how y'all doing? These are the Earfun Air S True Wireless Earbuds, which I've been using for a few weeks now, and I have to say guys, they're tough to beat for the price. For the spec highlights, these check pretty much every box that I look for in a well-rounded pair of earbuds: good ANC performance, very good audio quality, respectable battery life, and some other highlights that you have with these are the fact that they do support multi-point connection and they're also compatible with the Earfun app as well. I will go over more of the features, and I also have a couple of tests a little bit later on in the video just so you guys have an idea of what these have to offer. But before we get into all of that, let me get pricing out of the way. These retail for $69.99, but at the time of the video, they are on sale for 25% off. That's gonna bring them down to $52.49, and they're really hard to beat at that price point. As far as what you'll get inside of the box, these will come with a user manual and other documentation, an earbud cleaning stick, multiple sets of different sized ear tips, a USB Type-C cable for charging, and of course you'll get your earbuds along with the case. The case design is straightforward without too much going on the outside. All that you really have is your Earfun branding on the top, a battery indicator light in the front, and you have your USB Type-C charging port in the back. For battery life, you can expect to get up to 8 hours on a charge and up to 30 with the case, but those numbers are going to be without using ANC. Me personally, I'm averaging right at 6 hours and 20 minutes on a charge using the earbuds with ANC on at between 50 and 75% of the max volume. But if battery life is your main concern, it is worth noting that these do feature quick charging that will give you up to 2 hours worth of use on only 10 minutes in the case. The case also does support wireless charging, which is always a plus in my book. Now moving on and taking a look at the design of the earbuds, as you can see, these do have the stems going down, but they're not too long or too short in my opinion. They're pretty much the perfect size to put them in and take them out easily. I also have to say that these are comfortable earbuds for me to wear for longer listening sessions. I've been able to wear them for hours at a time without any issues whatsoever, but they're not the best earbuds for me to use for exercise. In my experience, once the sweat started flowing, they did start to move around quite a bit, and I did have to reposition them more than I would have liked to. But besides that, these are IPX5 certified. That being the case, you don't have to worry about splashes of water or sweat damaging them. I've had them completely drenched with sweat during a workout, and the playback controls still worked without an issue. As far as Bluetooth connection goes, these are rocking 5.2, but they're also compatible with aptX audio, so if you have a compatible device, you'll be all set. As I mentioned earlier, these do support multi-point connection, so you can connect them to two separate devices simultaneously, and they also do support independent use, so if you want to use one earbud and leave the other in the case, they got you covered. And so far, I haven't had any issues with any noticeable lag using my iPhone 13 Pro or my Pixel 6. But if you're a hardcore mobile gamer, it is worth noting that these do feature a built-in gaming mode, so if you are concerned about latency, you should be good to go. Also, as I mentioned earlier, these are compatible with the Earfun app, which has been pretty stable for me so far. I haven't had any issues with it crashing or freezing up. Through it, you have the ability to see the charge left on both of your earbuds independently. You can control your ANC and transparency settings, enable and turn off the gaming mode, customize your playback controls, and you can also choose from built-in EQs or create your own from scratch. And speaking on the ANC and transparency performance, I would say that these perform decent to good in both areas. ANC wise, I would say they do a good job of reducing sounds such as buzzing, humming, and light talking. Now, sounds such as louder car exhaust and kids screaming on the playground did get through, but I do think that these will be just fine for public transit. And like I said earlier, the transparency also does work well. with it on, I can usually hear what's going on around me within about a 3 to 5 foot radius, but it's not just an amplified pass through. At times it can sound a little bit artificial, so if that's an issue for you, just keep this in mind. Now moving on and touching on the sound quality, I have to say that it's awesome that you can go in there and create your own custom EQ. They did sound good out of the box, but they really came to life when I created mine. Now I have mine set up so that the sound signature is on the brighter side. I really do have the highs pumped up quite a bit, the mids not so much, but I still can hear the dialogue just fine. And if you know me and the way that I like to listen to my music, you know that I have the bass bumped up quite a bit, and I wouldn't say that these are extremely bass heavy earbuds, but they will surprise you if you're listening to anything with a nice bass line. Another thing that I like about these is the fact that they get more than loud enough for my personal liking, and even when I set them to the max volume, they don't distort that much, which is nice. And in terms of the call quality, I also think that these perform well in that area as well. They are packing CVC 8.0 along with 2 microphones in each earbud to help capture clear speech. But as always, I did take samples for you guys so that you can judge for yourselves. Let's check them out. Alright guys, so right now I have the earbuds paired to my iPhone 13 Pro. As you can see, the audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on them. Now I'm not going to do any type of editing to this sample, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how they'll perform for voice calls. And now I have some simulated background noise playing in the background. Everything else about the setup is exactly the same. This part of the test is aimed at seeing how well these will focus on my speech while rejecting some of that noise. So taking everything into consideration, guys, like I said earlier, these really are a good deal at the price point, especially if you like stem-styled earbuds. This typically is not my go-to style, but the performance and the feature set that you get with them is pretty much undeniable. But with all of that being said, fam, I won't make this an extra long video. To sum everything up, I think that these are a really solid pair of all-around earbuds. If you're looking for something between $50 and $75, these are hard to beat. Before you get on out of here, if you rock with the channel and your boy Tecmo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you won't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.